We're launching a safety campaign based around people going into water and making sure people are aware of the risks that they're putting themselves into, and also marking the launch of a DVD that has been created by some young friends of two young girls who tragically died in this river.
She was a very popular person.
Probably like the loveliest person out of us, do you know what I mean?
She was nice to be around, always had a smile on her face.
And we're trying to raise the awareness and the importance of being very much aware of the conditions in which you're entering water. Under the water there are really strong rip currents, and there are also hazards in the water such as sunken tree trunks, trolleys, weeds, a number of obstacles which you can become entangled in, or if you're jumping into the river you're not sure what you're jumping into, so some of those objects can be extremely sharp and cause you damage even just jumping into the water. But people need to be very much aware that, you know, this is a really dangerous game, and whilst I appreciate young people have very little fear, we do need them to be aware of the consequences of what they're doing.
We're doing this because we don't want anyone else to feel the way how we felt, and we just don't want any more deaths in the river Wear.
It still just doesn't seem real, like this day, like doing this for Chloe. It shouldn't be her, like, it just doesn't seem real still.
You know, it was a big shock, a really big shock, standing here where it all happened, where all the fire brigade, the ambulance services, the police were. It was just heartbreaking to know that two people our age was in that river suffering from God knows what.
Today's a fine example of it's a very ambient temperature outside. The water does look inviting, but you just don't know what's beneath the water. We know the water's very cold, much colder than the sea in fact, and cold water can impact the swimmer. Even the strongest of swimmer very much get tired much quicker, and it's much more difficult to get out of the water than it was to probably get in. The main advice would be that swimming in open water like rivers and the sea is much more dangerous than swimming in a local pool. It's not a safe place to swim. There are many dangers that you cannot see: strong currents, cold water, varying depths. So the advice would be not to swim in these locations.
Both girls died in the river. Remember what happened.
Just think before you do things.